The Bears won in the preseason. I heard
Nobody
preseason
cares, bro. Preseason sucks ass. I don't care.
That's what I was gonna say.
I saw everybody popping off about it. Now Caleb Williams is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all. It's like, just shut up.
Nothing matters.
Who cares? My fourth string is better than their fourth string. Do we really care? Half of these guys won't be on a roster. I don't care.
Preseason.
Honestly, I wish NFL preseason didn't exist and just move the season up 3 weeks. I don't care. You want one tune-up game? Fine. You want to do the Hall of Fame game week and do a week's worth of games? Fine. I don't need 3 or 4 weeks.
You just do something, and as much as we love to, I don't even think this is controversial. It probably sells tickets. Because you know how many tickets, like, especially the Eagles, you know how many tickets the Eagles sell for the practice squad games?
It's a money thing. It's just like, I don't know, bro. Who cares? Nobody should care, but people care because
football's back, yay!
Yes, basically.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. What do you got? What do you
Bro, there's so much.
It's
only been 3 weeks.
Let's not talk about that, man. Life happens.
Life does happen. I think
but this too will pass. Learn that from somebody. Sun Tzu or somebody said that. Is that Art of War? Sun Tzu?
I don't know.
I think so. I probably said it wrong, but I think that's almost right. No, don't Google me. No. Google's my worst enemy. I be saying stuff sometimes, and it's just, Google's like, no, you're an idiot. That didn't happen.
What did you say? What were the words?
Art of War? I said Sun Tzu.
No, but what was
the the quote's definitely wrong.
Well, I know that, but like if the quote is at least like something, then I'll count it. But
okay, well, what did I say? This too will pass.
Okay, so it's definitely this too shall pass, but I think that's fine.
That's right, what did I say?
You said will, but I think that's close enough.
Okay.
I think that works. Oh, boy.
No, don't tell me a racist person said it.
Persian proverb.
I'm fine with that. I'll take that.
All right. I was seeing a lot of different origins, but it looks like it sets itself.
Is Sun Tzu the Art of War guy?
I believe so.
Okay, I think so too.
I think that is correct.
We'll stay here. You know what's going to be so funny?
I'm confident
if I listen to this whenever this comes out, and I say, that's right? You're like, I think so, and then you hit the big X buzzer. Oh, that's going to be so funny. What else do you got? Now that I dropped a little bit of knowledge on you. A little bit of wisdom.
I think it feels like it's been so long because one of the things on the docket is something that we did after we recorded last. So it's like the first thing is here, and then all this time passes that I've had to wait to talk about it again.
Okay.
So do you want to start there, or do you want to say? I
want to start wherever you want to start, man.
And address the elephant in the room.
We'll address the elephant.
He's wearing a tutu, and
Lucy.
I'm glad we got there. Have you ever been to Lucy the Elephant?
I have.
I have too.
One of our few landmarks.
Yeah. I was in the stage of my life where I was not impressed and was not entertained.
So you were a normal person?
I was going to say angsty teenager, but like that'll work too.
It's not that cool.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like my grandmother loved it.
I'm sure if you were born in 1910 where we didn't have health insurance, like air conditioning. Ah!
It has imitators. Lucy the Elephant has imitators. Did you know this?
I'm sure.
That's how popular she apparently is.
She was at one point, man. She washed up now.
So welcome to the Lucy the Elephant podcast.
Stop. I'm not doing this bit. I'm not doing this bit. Let's address the other elephant in the room.
Okay, so went to SummerSlam.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, we can know about Horton, too.
No.
I love Dr. Seuss.
No, let's talk about Hogan. I mean, SummerSlam.
Not that racist. The other one. And so I went to SummerSlam. It was... I have so much... So I have no thoughts about this show, but I have a lot of thoughts about this show. The problem is it's been 2 weeks, but I've worked myself through a lot of them, including just outwardly ranting to you last week when you called me to cancel last week.
Yes.
And
that was fun.
It was needed. I understand why you did, and it was necessary.
Yeah.
And I believe you. There is no shade, except what I'm going to throw. And so, let's talk about the good. I want to talk about the good first. That's where I want to start.
And now that stops. Let's continue to the rest of the show.
I have good. Okay. I do actually have good. I think in ring, a lot of this show was really good.
Okay.
I thought the matches were pretty like each night might have one match that kind of sucked. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross didn't really live up to any expectations, which I think reinforces the decision to let Kross walk. I know some people think that's an unpopular decision. I don't think it is. I think if him and Sami I think it's Sami Zayn, so it shouldn't have been hard. I think if he impressed in this match, that's a different story. But on one of your biggest stages to not get something great with Sami Zayn of all people, I think this shows something. And
hit the road, Jay.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea to let him walk at that point. And then night 2 was that night 2 or what? No, night 2 was Solo versus Jacob, the steel cage match.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
So SummerSlam is the second biggest show of the year.
Yes.
So, not all feuds have to end there. But I feel like there shouldn't be any bullshit to move this to the next week stuff there.
Okay.
And that's what that steel cage match was. It was a quick, here's the thing, and now we beat up Jacob so this feud can carry over into the next month. I don't know, it's just I'm tired of Solo's bullshit faction. But it did less than nothing for me. I was like, oh, that's it. No, I know that. I freely admitted that I like steel cage matches because I like announcing steel cage matches. Steel cage matches as a whole kind of tend to be a little buns. Except the really good ones. The really good ones are really good. But, escaping the cage to win kind of is a wet fart of an ending for me. But, nothing's better than Adam Pearce getting on the mic and say, and you'll do it inside a steel cage. Like, it goes hard. Other than those two, I thought the matches were all pretty good. I had issues with the show, but that didn't actually have to do with the in-ring product. It had to do with everything else around the in-ring product. So I will go through the list as we do.
Yeah, let's cook through these things, man.
So, opening night 1, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun and Bronson. This opened the show. This didn't main event. And you know something? It was a great opener. It was a great time. Roman nearly beamed his head off the floor. It was the Bloodline, the original Bloodline did win. Jey and Roman did win. But it was a good match. It was fun. There was some storyline progression where Roman took the hit for Jey. I think it was a spear from Breakker. He pushed Jey out of the way and took it himself. It's not an apology, but it's something. It's actual growth. This is cool. Now WWE likes to. You're putting the ones up. I see your ones. I'll put the one up for you if that's what you want.
I don't want anything. I acknowledge my true one tribal chief. As soon as we stop talking about him, I'll put it down.
So there's something that I miss in WWE shows, which is going to be a lot of this. And it's that we didn't used to have so much preamble at the beginning of the show. And I can't help but think about if we came in, the lights came up, if they showed the Then Now Forever, played the opening video package for SummerSlam, did the pyro, and then immediately rolled into Jey Uso's entrance, how big, because when the crowd's at peak energy at the beginning of the show, and then hit him with that hype, big ticket entrance. We had to have Cardi B come out and say some things for the only time, the guest host of SummerSlam, for her only time out the entire weekend. But when we finally got to the match was cool. And yeah, it was fun. The 4 gave it their all. Again, Roman did a suicide dive and nearly overshot and long darted himself into the ramp. One of Jay's best performances because they knew how to agent Jay in this match, which is Jay's going to get his ass handed to him until he could hot tag Roman. And then he can do a couple of things afterwards. But it's just really, really solidly done. This match was really good.
Good.
I think Jay got the pin, but Jay and Roman won is the important part. And now we can move on to one of my, I think silently one of my favorite matches of the weekend.
Okay.
Which is surprising. This is on no one's list. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Judgment Day. This is just simple. So wrestling doesn't have to be complicated. We don't need these long drawn out stories are nice. You know, the Bloodline story is one of the greatest of all times, but we don't need like these long drawn out stories for everything. Sometimes it's nice. It's just simple and it's nice. Charlotte and Alexa are becoming friends, realizing that they're stronger together than separate. And this time it won them the titles and they were able to go over. And I think this match does watch better on the replay if you're watching the actual pay-per-view and not there in person, because a lot of the story hinges on a errant punch from Alexa hitting Charlotte, and then they frame up near the end of the match. Alexa has Roxanne in the setup to the Sister Abigail DDT, and Charlotte's in the corner, and you think she's staring her down. Oh, she's going to hit her, but it turns out she bridges over, and Raquel was coming, and she gets Raquel, and then they can win. I obviously was there, so I saw Raquel getting into the ring, so that didn't affect me. But it was still a nice story, and then the hug and the title celebration. It was just nice. Simple, uncomplicated booking. This is how easy wrestling can be. It's just this match. I already talked about Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. Tiffany and Jade had a match.
And we're moving on.
I had a few notes. Not a lot of notes. A few notes. It was not a long match, but I think a long match would have been a worse match. I think...
Yes.
You know, I think it's a Jade match. You know, you're best to do it fast and get it over. I think Tiffy bumped well for her. Tiffy retains somehow. I don't think it was some amazing 5-star classic, but I think it was well agented. They played to the strengths of both of the characters and both of the people in the ring and gave the best performance you can out of the two of them. It didn't feel like a world title match, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know where that goes now.
It's probably better to keep it on Tiffy than give it to Jade, but I really would like us to get... I say this just because it's the name people are saying, a Liv Morgan or a someone who is at the caliber, and get that belt back to them so we can maybe...
Yeah, I guess.
Because I don't think this...
Then, I don't know.
I don't think this...
They might have Jade win the Queen of the Ring. Like, that doesn't make much sense, but okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming to you, I just don't understand what we're doing.
That title feels cursed right now. Tiffy's reign just hasn't...
It's been ass. We can just say that.
Hasn't done what it needed to do.
It's not her fault.
And I don't think a Jade reign would have done it either.
Oh, neither. I don't disagree.
I think we just need an actual main eventer to come in and spruce it up. Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. The crowd woke up for this match.
And they went right back to sleep?
No, they stayed awake.
Okay.
And yeah, it deserved it. This match was good. It was fun. Jelly Roll gave it his all. Jelly Roll took the pin, which was...
Weird?
Awesome.
Weird,
but awesome. He sung Randy Orton to the ring. That's always a good time. Yeah, this match was fun. It was a good time. I can't really tell you much of what else happened in this match besides Logan did some bullshit and got booed, and Drew was there. Drew made it. Drew did not get stuck in the UK, as almost happened. Drew's a hilarious human being. We'll get to those. I'm gonna say we're doing the good from the show, the bad from the show, and then a few more good notes for me to end on because I don't want to end with a bad taste on my mouth.
Okay.
And then the main event, well, what we thought would be the last match of the night. CM Punk versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Apparently this match is hella divisive. I don't think it is. This match banged. That Gunther... I understand that Gunther ran the blade. I don't care. Gunther bleeding for the first time, I think in WWE history, but at least on the main roster, and being visibly affected by seeing his own blood is fantastic storytelling, and I love it. Punk gets to win, and all he had to do was leave. And all he had to do was leave. We said this might happen.
Yeah, we called this.
It feels like everyone did, but I'm not gonna lie. They worked me a little bit too much at the end, and I was just like, maybe he just... Because I didn't expect the whole show that they did. I expected it to come, Seth to come in, brain him, and cash in and win. I didn't expect the whole him coming out on the crutches, staring him down, doing the... Just remember, I can cash in at any time when I'm healthy. I'm coming for you. And the whole going back and the pushing the crutches out. Seth is so fucking dramatic. I love him. And coming out. Seth Rollins cashes in and wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Punk comes in, his reign comes in at like 5 minutes, 10 seconds. The important thing is it's shorter than Drew McIntyre's. Which is glorious. And that's night one. Night one, it was a fun time getting out of That parking lot was hell. I didn't park. I actually parked at the mall. I didn't park in the stadium parking.
You in these parking lot situations.
Bro, I hate parking so much. The thing closed on me. So we parked in the mall parking lot. We go out. I pay the thing. We make it, it's finally our turn for the gate. We go up to the gate, it opens, we go through, the gate shuts right in front of my windshield. So I then can't move. The guy yells, honking, "You have to pay," and I yell at him. And nearly get into a fist fight in New York, because that's how I feel. It wasn't New York, it was North Jersey, which might be even worse, but as is tradition for me, I feel like. Eventually, I flag the one guy over, and he just hits the button on thing. It's like, talk to customer service. Okay, customer service hangs up on me. I just keep abusing the box until eventually they pull the thing open, and I drive away. But, yeah, that was night 1. Night 2 opens with Naomi, Rhea, and Io. This match is what you expected it to be. This was a good match. It was a good time. Io and Rhea wrestled each other in only the way they know how, which is...
Banger.
Yeah. Banger. Naomi. Again, this show was just well-agented. They knew where to put her, knew where to pick her spots. Less Naomi trying to out-wrestle the two, and more Naomi picking the spots where they're vulnerable to prey. Shout out to Naomi for getting to have her dad play her to the ring.
That's cool.
Which is awesome. Naomi retains. Hell yeah. It was a good match.
There we go.
6-pack tag team tables, ladders, and chairs match for the tag team championship. Everyone dies. Why was this crowd so quiet for this match? I hated this crowd. I will get to that later.
It's tag wrestling.
I will get to the crowd. I have things to say. The Wyatt Six, Andrade and Rey Fenix, DIY, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. Oh boy. Oh boy. People go through. Candice LeRae gets knocked to a ladder by her husband by accident. It was so good. I don't think anyone doesn't take a bump in this at the very least. The Wyatt Six do retain, which I think is fine. I love the story of the SmackDown Tag Division uniting like the Avengers to try to take down the Wyatt Six. The Hardys and the Dudleys were ringside, which was cool.
Yeah.
It's just everyone... This is a car crash of a match. It was good. It was a good time. These matches have been good. This is a good show. In-ring wise.
Next match?
Yeah. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria in a no disqualification, no count-out last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to burn MetLife Stadium, the city of New York, and North Jersey, the entire thing, Trenton and upwards, anything above Trenton, to the ground. What do you mean the crowd was so bored that they were doing the wave during this match? I was so upset when I was in the crowd. This was a good match. I deeply enjoyed this match. It was a lot of fun. It might not be the best match of the night because there were some legit undisputed bangers on this card this night. But, like, it was a good match. They had fun. There was story stuff. Lyra spent a lot of it handcuffed and somehow still gave a decent performance. This is wild. And the crowd didn't care. Because this crowd didn't give a fuck about women's wrestling. Which is fine. Kind of. But I don't know. It's just... When you're at, like, an indie show, and you pay $10 at the door, and you go like, oh, I don't care about this match, I'm going to go to the bathroom. That kind of sucks, but, like, you pay $10. Like, does it really matter? This show was expensive. And you're coming here to miss all of the women's matches to go to the bathroom? Or go get snacks?
They paid that money.
Yeah, but, like, it's wild to me that this is what we're doing, because we don't... I couldn't imagine going to one of these shows if you didn't care about what's happening on the show. If that makes sense. Which will be a lot of my...
And I think later. I understand that, though, because that's me.
Yeah.
Not that I would have walked away from the Lyra Becky. Probably wouldn't have. But halfway through Tiff and Jade, I probably would have walked away. Went and done anything.
Tiff and Jade, maybe.
No, and the only thing with the Becky-Lyra thing is, like, if I'm not mistaken, like, within the last 6 or 7 months, isn't this, like, the 4th?
Yeah, and they've all been good.
Yeah, but they can all be good. But eventually it gets to a point where it's like, all right, I've seen this enough.
This was also the promise for the last one, which I think is something too. If Lyra loses, which she did, that's it, because she can't challenge again.
Yeah,
she can't challenge Becky again. There were other matches. They did this. A bunch of people did it for the tag match too, and that one blew my mind. I was like, but it's a tables, ladders, and chairs match. If it was just a standard tag team bout, I think that might get some sway too. But like, the Hardys and Dudleys are ringside. You're getting guaranteed of table breaks, which the crowd can't stop chanting for. Like, because the crowd loves to chant for tables.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're guaranteed. This is how this match works.
I don't know, man.
Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu, we talked about that. That match went 12 minutes? God. Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental title. This match was so much fun.
Yeah, this is the easiest one of the night to predict.
Yeah. This match was an Eddie Guerrero tribute special.
I love that.
And it was beautiful. Because they did the stuff that you normally see. They do, Dominic comes in, he hits the chair, he tosses it to AJ and lays on his back. Everyone does that one.
Yeah.
AJ then puts the chair on his head and falls down to mimic it. The ref doesn't know what to do. But then they do something that I don't think... It's another classic Eddie spot, and this is how the match ended. But I don't know if I've ever seen it recreated. So there's a classic Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle match. Okay. Where Eddie stealthily unzips his boot.
Yeah.
So when Kurt goes in to lock the ankle lock in, his foot slips out. They do it. Dom stealthily unzips his boot, and when AJ Styles puts in the calf crusher, he slips right out of it. And then when the ref is distracted, he picks up the boot and brains Styles with it, and then pins him. But it was such a... Again, this crowd loves Dom because he's amazing. It's just... Getting to see it again, them doing all of the Eddie Guerrero moves, Styles being dressed like Eddie, and taking the lowrider to the ring with his son, who had the same haircut that Dominic had during the custody of Dom ladder match. Dominic wearing gear that tributed his father, that deadbeat. It's beautiful. Beautiful. This match apparently only went 10 minutes, and there wasn't a single second wasted. This was great. I like this. Can I have more of it? No.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes defeats John Cena in a street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. If Cena had this match in him, what the fuck have I been dealing with since April?
Yeah.
This match was hype. This match was awesome. Cody won without turning heel. I was worried.
Okay.
Cena, obviously, on SmackDown. Did you see the SmackDown segment?
No, I didn't.
Cena rebooted his character.
Yeah.
He just went... He kind of shot a little bit on Travis Scott and The Rock and just being like, the people who are supposed to have my back left me high and dry. This idea was stupid. We did it to be shocking. You have the real John Cena. Fuck that bullshit.
So you think that's the real story?
They wanted to do something shocking, and The Rock wanted to be involved, and Travis Scott wanted to be involved. So they did the heel turn. And then The Rock pieced, and Travis Scott was controversial, and they couldn't come to a deal for an actual doing it. Apparently, Travis Scott and WWE's relationship fell apart rapidly after WrestleMania. That he was supposed to be involved more, and then just wasn't.
They had a custom belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the custom belt for a while.
Did he? Okay. I didn't know.
I forget when they gifted that to him. But, so...
Makes sense why they did that soul shit, too. That had to be a Rock idea.
Yeah, so... Yeah, he just pretty much said, so Cena turned face officially the night before SummerSlam. Got a full face entrance. This was literally...
What did he walk into?
What do you mean?
Like, what was his song?
It was his normal one.
Okay.
It was a standard one. It was really good. So they started with what he's been entering to, just the black with the white typeface. And then when the actual beat drops, the F1, all of the colors came back and it lit up like a full Cena entrance. And he came out and did the face Cena entrance. And Super Cena pretty much returned. Kicks out of everything. Except he was met by Super Cody, who could kick out of anything.
Yes.
When's is it gonna get? This match was so much fun. They brawled around the side. Cody got his Cody Vader for this entrance, so he came up through the floor. They brawled under the stage, and then Cody Vader went down. It came up, and Cena had Cody on his shoulders when it came up. Cody unscrewed the bottom turnbuckle and just beat Cena up with it. Hit him with the Crossroads Trinity, his triple Crossroads nonsense. Cena kicks out, and I'm like, oh shit. Because no one's ever kicked out of this. Maybe Cena will just retain and we'll get to have face Cena. At this point, I'm having such a good time. Because for the first time... The crowd woke up for some of the matches night one, and they woke up a bit for Dom and AJ. But for the first time, the crowd is actually into this match.
Yeah.
So we get to all actually have a good time. And then Cena gets to do his super move. The AA rolls through, goes up onto the top rope, avalanche AA, and then Cody kicks out of that. And I was like, this match is wild. Finally, they give a nice moment where Cena collapses onto the second rope. The camera framing lets Cody salute him. Cody hits him with one more crossroads to put him away, winning the championship back. And not retiring Cena. We still have him for a few more months.
Yep.
But taking the title back.
Ended.
And
the night everybody went home.
And everyone went home. And we all thought about how great SummerSlam was. And we're glad that Triple H didn't do anything drastic to try to pop the crowd and give us a surprise, that we just ended on a good note, good match and a good note.
Went home and we had Raw the next day.
Yep, I went to
great.
Raw. I went to Raw in Brooklyn. It was a great time. We have tickets for Raw in Philly tonight. We're gonna have a good time. So should we actually talk about what happened instead?
No, I think we're gonna live in this reality. I love this reality because I don't like what's happened.
I'm glad that you don't like what happened.
But you're not going to be happy with why I'm not happy.
Okay. So Brock Lesnar comes back. Brock Lesnar returns, and...
Which I should win predictions, by the way.
No.
I said it.
Sure.
I said Brock Lesnar returns. That's what I said.
We don't predict returns. If anything, I thought about doing a point for the... Seth Rollins cashes in the briefcase, but we all said it, so it's just everyone getting a point. So, it happened, and the crowd was shocked, and the majority of them cheered, I would say, and fully popped. I was just shocked. You can ask Hannah for the specifics of this. It was like a jaw dropped. I'm just like...
I can't believe what I just saw. That's what I got. That's the text I got.
Couldn't, and I texted you because I figured you would maybe be excited or you would see something. Like, I didn't know what you would think, but I know historically Brock Lesnar is someone that you really like.
One of my favorites, yeah.
So, and I didn't get, he was already in the ring and had already F5 John Cena by the time I was able to get that text out to you because I was just fully unexpected because they probably shouldn't have. But that's beside that point. Do you have anything on the return of Brock Lesnar?
I don't know, because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how... Okay, so this is what my company trained brain wants me to say. It makes absolutely no sense for them to bring him back if there's an inkling of him being implicated in the greater issue that is around, that is that situation. It makes literally no sense.
Yeah.
That would be a damning thing to happen if it comes out that anything that Brock is implicated in is true. Now, that all being said, some people are stupid. Some people make bad decisions. I'm upset that he's gotten the reaction that he's gotten, because he is one of my favorite wrestlers, and I really don't want what the allegations are to be true. But if they are, they are, man. Like there's nothing really that you can do or say. Like, you gotta just not. But this is also the company that, while Triple H was controlled, they brought back Hulk Hogan. Now, I know he didn't do anything illegal, but we all know the discourse around Hulk Hogan and how people feel and what he said and what he did. So, like, I don't know. I would love to live in the world where none of that shit's true and that Brock just comes back and gets to be a wrestler and it comes out that it was overblown or whatever, that he wasn't really implicated, that he didn't do what they said he did, but it just, the more that you read into it, it's like, this It's getting harder and harder to believe, but yet again, we live in America, innocent till proven guilty. But God, it's not looking good, and probably is the worst time to bring him back.
I agree. I like a lot of your take there. That's very nice and nuanced, and I thought it was really well said.
Please don't.
I'm not. No, I'm being genuine.
I thought we were about to drop the elbow on him.
The only thing that I would add is I also, just in general, think that where Brock left off before this comeback, obviously, 2 years ago it would have been a solid place to call it if you had to.
Yeah.
Because this is a lawsuit, these things take a long time. If it was 5 years or so down the line and Brock can't go anymore. That series with Cody, he finished it off. It was a good sending off point if it had to be. And I feel like you also send him off there without that controversy.
Yeah.
Versus now, whatever you do, no matter how the fans react, which, who knows, because he hasn't been on TV since SummerSlam yet, is always going to be marred by that. That's going to run at the same time.
And the other thing that I forgot about until just now is that it doesn't look good based on the fact that, and I could be wrong, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but this is just from what I saw, that Triple H tried to kind of spin this as John gets what he wants, and then I don't know if John came out and said or whoever, and it comes out from John's camp, from whoever it was, that John is calling no shots. Like, this is not a John Cena thing. Don't put this on us.
So I can clarify this for you.
Oh, gosh.
That did happen. And that wasn't from their camps. That was from each of them, personally. Triple H's came on the SummerSlam Night 2 post-show, which was in the parking lot of MetLife. Me and her went, and we watched it because it let a lot of the parking stuff regurgitate itself before we had to go back. And Triple H said, what he said was, what John wants, John gets, in reference to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And then Cena went on Kimmel and pretty much said, they deal them, I play them.
Yeah.
I'm not calling shots. I will do whatever they want me to do. So, and then Triple H started to walk back, and he said, well, what Brock wants, Brock gets. Bro, just fuck.
You gotta own that decision, man.
So here's my greater issue that I'm having. Is that it's never been clearer to me than while I'm in the crowd at these shows now, at specifically WWE shows, that I'm not aligned with this crowd. That is clear I have different goals with the crowd. And again, pay the money, come do whatever you want. It is what it is. But, and then turning around and seeing what WWE is aiming for and who they're pandering to, and again, you pander to your audience, that isn't me.
Yeah.
So, do I think that if Triple H just went and said, I think Brock is an asset and he's someone that could be brought to the fold, do I think the hardcore WWE fan that it looks like is happy Brock is back anyway is going to care? Probably not. So I don't know what Triple H is trying to say face for here, or if his ego is just that big.
I'm saying, this show, we are not kind to Vince McMahon. But if there's anything that Vince did when he brought back somebody in a controversial way, he stood on it. Even until Hulk Hogan died, he still was like, I don't think Hulk Hogan's a racist person. I think he said one thing one time, and I stand by him. I'm like...
He just said something recently about that,
that's what I'm saying, yeah. Like, he continues to stand on that. Take it... This is a crazy statement. Take a page out of Vince's book. Stand on what you said. Yeah. You've already made the decision. Stand on it. Yeah. Stop trying to play both sides. Come on, Paul.
Yeah, you just... And I don't know who's to blame for it. I don't know if it is Paul Levesque to blame. I don't know if it's TKO as a whole. If they did some...
That's what I was waiting for Paul to... Well, TKO gets what TKO wants.
Yeah, just being like it came from the board.
Yeah. He used to be in UFC. They wanted to see him in wrestling again.
I'm not saying, I'm sure they did a cost-benefit analysis and was just like, the money that we're going to lose from bringing Lesnar back, is that going to be less than the money we're going to make? And I'm sure it went dollars up, so that's why he's here.
Easily.
Like, that's definitely, like, there's no way that's not...
Lesnar makes money.
Yeah, if they thought he wasn't going to make money, they wouldn't have brought him back. Yeah. That's just how it goes. And they're already talking about doing a surprise pay-per-view in a month that they still haven't announced on September 20th to run up against AEW Forbidden Door and do the Cena-Lesnar match there. I hope that pay-per-view fails. Not just because it's Lesnar and Cena, but because they want to try to... This is where we're at with this counter-programming stuff. And again, they're the two biggest games in town. WWE's going to try to stomp out its competition.
Yeah.
I understand. You're not going to hear anything bad from that for me. I think it's hilarious. But you want to try to spin up a pay-per-view with 1 month's notice to try to sell out something AEW's been building for months? Are you stupid?
I don't think they're stupid. I just think they're confident.
Yeah. Now, like, they're talking about where Cena's last match is going to be and moving that date. If you did that, you announced that today, I'd be scared. I think that sucks for Cena a little bit, that you're using his last match and last moments to run up against an AEW B show. But if you announce it now, I don't want to say it looks less implicating because we know what they're doing. But it's different than a month's notice. They're looking to run the show on September 20th, which is, we're recording this on August 18th. Practically a month away. They still have not officially announced anything. It's just wild to me that we're going it like that. Not announcing, because in general, announcing a pay-per-view a month in advance is ill-advisable for any company.
Yeah.
I'm sure WWE will... Yeah, you know what they'll do? They'll do the evolution, and they'll make tickets cheaper, and people will flock because it'll be affordable, and then. It's supposed to be in Indianapolis. The rumored name is WrestlePalooza, which is a wild name to bring back. That's an old ECW show.
Hey, shit.
But yeah, dude, my final in this is it's clear that that WWE is not the game I used to love.
Yeah.
It's not the wrestling that interests me. As much as some of my favorite talents are in that company and I want to see them going to the shows isn't as fun for me anymore as it used to be, and I am officially stepping back. I don't know what this means for... We're obviously not going to do pay-per-view predictions if we're not really paying attention, so I don't know what this means for the championship. I might make him do baseball playoffs. We'll see.
I think I'd kill myself.
We're going to come up with some stuff.
Yeah. We'll do like lunch predictions.
Lunch predictions?
Yeah, we'll figure something. Turtle racing. I'm sure that's competitive. We'll figure some stuff out.
Maybe I make him start watching AEW and we do AEW.
You know what might be fun? Just finding a competitive event for that weekend and then just doing a prediction with knowing nothing.
Okay.
Like, imagine, like, I don't know when Evo is, but just going into, like, the fighting game tournament and just being like, I think that guy's going to win.
That could be fun.
And just picking, like, all the video game might actually be fire. And just pick one guy from every game. I love that.
It could be fun. Let's talk about some final little good notes to the end of it. I'm going to glaze, not WWE, but I'm going to glaze a couple of its superstars. We met a few of them. We paid money. I didn't pay, but she paid money to get pictures with Naomi and R-Truth, and then we got a table autograph from Drew McIntyre. Met R-Truth. R-Truth was nice enough. R-Truth felt... How do I put this? This isn't a bad thing. I'm just trying to figure out. I want to say almost complacent. He was nice. He was nice. He was kind. He was talkative. But it felt like he was... Because when you're doing these signings and these photo ops, the staff kind of try to move you along like the conveyor belt. And it felt like that R-Truth, Ron Killings, has reached the moment where he's not fighting it anymore. He's not fighting them. He's not... It's like, oh yeah, hey, no, it's great. And then it's like, get the picture, hey, you guys doing good? Yeah, like, getting some stuff in, but not trying to extend it, not trying to wait. Like, he's not... I don't want to say he's over it, but he's done trying to fight it and just, okay, let's do this. Naomi, on the other hand, doesn't give a fuck. Naomi doesn't give a fuck about moving it along. Yeah. So nice, so joyful, such a character. She met one of the guys ahead of us, and he was getting riled up in a good way, and then started twerking, and she spanked his ass to get him. And like, it was so funny.
I can't believe you guys saw me in line.
And then a couple comes up with their baby, and they get the photo. No, she's like, no, hold on. And then like, because they put a caution tape headband on the baby.
That's adorable.
And they got a picture of her like holding her as well, and it's just
that'll be a story.
We got up to her, and she complimented Hannah on her AJ Lee cosplay that we didn't realize she had accidentally put together.
That's funny.
Just a complete sweetheart. Just such a... she's obviously is out for medical reasons, is not cleared to wrestle. I hope it's a pregnancy and not an injury, because an injury would be terrible.
Right now.
The rumor is a pregnancy, which if it's anything, I hope it's that, or if it's just something minor, and we'll be back in a week, because such a sweetheart. And I've always liked Naomi, but like when you meet them and they're not a full-headed asshole, it just makes you love them more.
Yeah.
And then those were the two that we had planned. We did those, I think, Friday morning. No, not Friday morning. Friday morning? Maybe it was Friday. Maybe it was Saturday. I don't remember. But there was an opening early Sunday morning to get a Drew McIntyre autograph. She just quickly bought it. Didn't even have anything for him to sign at first. We had to figure out something, and then we found out they were giving out these like packs of SummerSlam cards to open, and we had a Drew one, so we had him sign it. I have it over there if you want to see it in person. Now, she had made... At SummerSlam Night 1, there was a sign-making station, and she came up with a name for his tag team with Logan Paul. And that was the sign, figuring, very least he can sign this before we got the card. She still got to present it to him, which was really funny. I want everyone to know something. There was a rumor years ago when Becky was doing when she had first turned into the man, was doing all this stuff, that someone was writing her tweets that Becky is not actually as funny as she seems she is online. And I want everyone to know Drew McIntyre is as funny as he says that he is online. This man is hilarious. Obviously, all he's talking about the entire time with everyone is that CM Punk only held the title for 5 minutes. That's the first thing, because of course he has to talk about that. The laugh when she turned the sign around and told him that he should name his team with Logan Paul Quackentire because Logan Paul's a joke, he laughed so hard. And then I gave him the card to sign and said, we tried to get a shirt for something, but the shop didn't have any of your stuff in it. And he's like, yeah. It's just another great guy. To 100% recommend meeting Drew McIntyre as well, if it's not an absorbent amount of money or if you have the time and money. Another great person to meet. We got a photo of him signing stuff at the table because we weren't allowed to take selfies for his stuff. Hey guys, it's Zach in the editing booth, and I just want to tell you that the story that I'm about to tell is very nice and is another WWE superstar being great. I wanted to really include the story in the edit, so I'm not cutting it, but I do want to give a headphone warning. My phone does go off and it does buzz during the recording. If you want to skip it, you can. You just want to go to about 44 minutes and 20 seconds should get you there. Now back to the show. And then I have a story for one more guy, and you're going to groan throughout this one. So the way that it was set up was...
Do I not like this guy?
You don't. And the way that it was set up is that in the ice ring at American Dream, the ice rink is where they're doing the photo ops and the table signatures. And on the third floor, you can come and overlook the ice rink. So you can watch the signings and the photos and stuff. And we're watching Dominic Mysterio's autograph table. We didn't have the time and money to get his. They were at the same time as some of our photo ops, so this is the end of his line. And the way that you can see the workers getting slightly upset because he is taking the time to stand up, take a selfie with everyone, sign what they want, sign it the way that they want it. Oh, you want to hold the belt? Yeah, let's get the belt. Let's get the belt up here. The way that he's joyful. He's so happy that people like him. And then he goes to leave. However, no one in his line, he goes to leave. And he looks over, and there is, in the ADA line for the photo ops, there's someone waiting because their line isn't forming yet, just waiting there. They're in a wheelchair, and they yell, "Hey, Dom, how are you doing?" And he then looks at them, grabs his title, and goes over to them to shake hands, to take more pictures. The people that weren't even paid in his line, as his handlers are like, "Dom, come on, let's go." He's like, "No, I have nothing to do. Let's take a photo." Turn this man face. I love Dom, obviously, but again, he's just so kind and wanting to make a good day out of everyone in line and some people that weren't even in line. So, shout out to Dom Mysterio. I wish I had the money and the time to get your photo op and your autograph as well. That's all I had for the good. We spent a lot of time at the American Dream Mall. The Superstore fucking sucked this year. They had one shirt that I wanted, but I didn't see it until like day 2 of the Superstore, and they were out of my size. It was a NWO style shirt that was the New Jersey Order, but instead of the normal logo, it was that, but it was graffiti painted onto a turnpike's road sign.
Oh, that's sick.
I wanted it so bad, but they didn't have my size. The only shirt I got a Cena shirt. I got one of the Cena Summerslam shirts, and then I got a Rey Fenix mask because ain't that awesome?
Yeah.
And then she got, it looked like a tour shirt, like a skull and a beer can on it. But I think that's all my SummerSlam stuff. There's a bunch of like little small stuff, like Pinkie Pie and stuff like that we got to do that weekend. And we went to Coney Island. I think I told you that. We did that instead of going to Raw on Monday because both of us were just so done. Coney Island was fun, though. Cyclone's a great coaster. Have you been to Coney Island?
No.
Really?
No, it smells like piss. Like the rest of New York.
Aw. It warms my heart hearing him shit talk New York.
The city sucks. The sport teams and the culture and the music bangs.
Coney Island wasn't that bad, smell-wise, but I also don't have the greatest sniffer, so... But
Well, when I go somewhere and it smells like my job, pretty much shitty.
But Cyclone is genuinely a really good coaster, though. It is American. I'm surprised that you haven't been there just because all of your roller coaster stuff, your dad has
my roller coaster aficionadoism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the Cyclone specifically would have been the draw.
I'm sure it would have been.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was cool to do something.
If there's anybody that hates New York more than me, it's my dad.
Brooklyn was actually, because Coney Island's in Brooklyn, and we spent the day in Brooklyn. Might be the best of any of the New York trips I've done, being in Brooklyn instead of Manhattan or anything.
Manhattan sucks.
Manhattan blows. Like, I would go as far as to say that I might actually like Brooklyn. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I liked them when they had the Dodgers.
I do like the Brooklyn Dodgers. They do have a baseball team, though. They're called the Cyclones. They play right at Coney Island.
I'm sleeping.
Do you have anything else for SummerSlam
No.
or WWE?
No,
for
nothing.
our final WWE segment for the foreseeable future?
I've prayed for times like this.
I look forward to our AEW segments going forward.
Yeah, because I got to be in on that now. What is that? What is my favorite guy's name? My favorite manager in wrestling?
Oh, that's right. Stokely Hathaway.
I love
Big
him.
Stoke.
I love Big Stoke.
He's cool. He's cool.
I'm short. I'm bald. Can't get any hoes. Been fighting my entire life. I was like, damn. Speaking from the heart.
Then he had a match against Edge.
Yeah, I saw. Alright. What do we have next?
Okay, so we have the thing that we guaranteed have next. But now I ask about other things. Did you watch the movie that's sweeping the nation yet?
I did. I saw Shin Godzilla.
Not that one, but I do also like Shin Godzilla.
Okay, what are you talking about?
No, my K-pop Demon Hunters.
It is on my list. I almost watched it this morning.
Okay, well, let me know when you watch it.
We'll talk about it. Have you seen it?
I have. I actually quite liked it.
No, I didn't want you to tell me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have talked.
It's
I'll
okay.
take it back. Oh,
No, it's okay. I've heard the hype.
Yeah.
I want you to know, I have these moments in my life where I just know I have a Tanner opinion just in the chamber. I feel like this movie is a guaranteed I'm going to have a Tanner opinion about this movie. Because I always hear this is the greatest thing ever. It's amazing. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And then it's just good. I think it's because we just don't have bangers like we used to when we grew up. But maybe I'll be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong because, I'm the animated movie guy.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have G6 classification to talk about this shit. Like, I am the animated movie guy. So, I will let y'all know if that movie is certified rap or crap. I'll let you know.
Okay. Let's say I put it on the docket in case you had seen it because I
haven't seen it yet, but it's on the list.
So should we talk about the other movie that's on the list that we have seen that we saw 3 weeks ago?
Oh, is this the? Oh my God, are we finally talking about the Fantastic
Four?
Do you want me? I will go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to go first. I want to say this movie, the characterizations of the Fantastic Four members, and basically every character in the movie, is amazing. It is spot on. I think the score is amazing. All perfect. The way it looks, the special effects, is amazing. And that's where my list stops. I think this movie is incredibly boring. There's not a fight until an hour and 10 minutes into the movie. I didn't like it. I am very upset. I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 10, and that's where I'm going to stay. Nothing has changed my mind. It made me feel like I was way too hard on Superman. I think retroactively it's made my 7 for Superman a 7.5. But yeah, no, I don't get how anybody thought this movie was very fun. Like, and there's cool scenes, like cool stuff happens, but it feels like downtime for the first whole half of the movie. Then you meet Galactus, who looked amazing, and then there's that cool scene there, and then I feel like nothing happens again until Galactus gets there, and I don't know. I just was not impressed. Thoroughly unimpressed. Superman was good. This movie was not.
So, after taking some time to think about it, I had come to a realization that has, I'm going to figure out a way to word this, made me softer on the movie, but doesn't change my opinion on the movie, if that makes sense. It made me realize more what I was looking at. There's two things, kind of. One is that this is more laid out more like a disaster movie than a superhero movie. I don't think that really matters in anything. But there's that. And then there's the one that I actually sat with, and it's that I have the same problem with this movie as I do with the first Hunger Games movie. And it is that Fantastic Four First Steps feels more like a montage of scenes and moments than it does an actual cohesive story.
Yep.
Some of these scenes, as you said, super cool. The scene that you mentioned, the chase scene with the surfer, amazing. Cool visuals, cool tension. But it just doesn't feel connected. The storyline, the story stuff does not feel connected. It feels rushed, where somehow nothing happens. But again, like you said, the characterizations are cool. I pretty much agree with everything that you said. Just adding those kind of notes to it.
Yeah, I think the only other unpopular opinion I have is that is her name Vanessa Kirby?
Invisible Woman?
Sue Storm, yeah.
Yeah.
That, her whole emotional speech that she gives to the people and brings out Franklin, I just don't think is good. I've seen a lot of people say that was a very emotional part and it really hits. I don't think it does. I think it's actually corny, and I don't think it's done very well. But I have not seen anybody else with that opinion.
Yeah.
But I know it did not move me at all.
Yeah, I don't agree with that opinion.
Yeah, I think the more emotional one, the infinitely better conversation he has is the one before that with Reed. Watching her talk to, because these people on the planet, it's like when I think about it, they are right. She's wrong. When you one person for 6 billion people, the people are right. They have every right to be mad at them for not making that decision. And you going out and talking to them, I think, is ridiculous. I think you're crazy for doing that. The conversation before that with Reed, where she already has realized that Reed has already thought about giving up the child, and the dynamic they have there, I think, is so much more compelling and does what they want me to feel in that scene here before. And then I think that's why I don't like that scene, because I'm like, you already did it for me. I don't need this. I was like, these people are 100% justified. The father of your child should not think that way and should never be that way, but Reed's the way he is, so he does, which makes sense and gives it more emotion and makes me feel it there. Going out and talking to the American people, out of touch. It screams out of touch to me, but they still got me with that moment, just not in the scene that everybody else got it. And I'm fine with being different and weird on that, but
I really liked it was a little bit later, and it's when Reed says that he has a plan and he addresses the world. His line of, I will not sacrifice the world for my son, but I won't sacrifice my son for the world. I really liked that one.
Yeah, I think that one's okay too.
There's a lot to like. And
I like that Reed one.
It just doesn't feel together.
Yes, 100%. It did, yeah.
Yeah, because the more I think about certain scenes, the more I'm like, oh, that scene was cool, and that scene was cool, and I'm looking at the movie, and I was like, I like majority of these scenes. And then I finally sat down and was like, oh, these scenes just kind of happen, and we're supposed to assume that they're...
Yeah. I do have one other thing. felt like everybody had their moments. Except for the Thing.
He had emotional moments in the synagogue. Is it called a synagogue? I don't want to be racist.
I don't know. But it felt like everybody got their stuff except for Thing. No, it wasn't bad. It just, Johnny had his whole thing with the surfer. This was, if you want to be an asshole about it, I'm not trying to be. This was the Invisible Woman movie. And then Reed has his stuff with his science stuff. But it just felt like Thing was kind of just waiting around. And he flew a ship really well. Like, that was what we got. And, I understand he is a pilot. I have no problem with this. But if I could have asked for anything more from the contents of the film, it would have given me the one fight scene that we should have had in the movie where we get introduced and I get to see the Thing kind of be big, strong Thing. And then you can give me all the... Because I feel like I got all the trimmings to, who the Thing is. But but they didn't give me the cake. I had the candles. I had everything else. But you didn't... Where's the flower? There's nothing here. I wanted the Thing... Just clobbering time. The clobbering time scene's fine. But let me watch him beat somebody up. Let me... He picked the car up. That's cool. But,
I like the picking up.
Yeah, the picking the car. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They gave me all the extra stuff. They gave me the body of work with every other character.
Yeah.
But they didn't with the Thing. And I think I'm only on that because the Thing's my favorite one. But they did give me the trench coat thing that I needed.
I was going to say, did you see me look over to you when it
yes,
came
yeah,
up?
I thought... I don't know if you saw me, but I'll show that. I hit one of these.
I was like, oh, look, they did the Thing.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, this movie feels like... Which is weird because of how we say it feels like there's so much downtime. I feel like this movie needed some more time.
Yes, it's so crazy.
As much as I love having movies that aren't 3 hours long, if a movie doesn't make sense unless it's 2.5 hours, then I think it needs to be... The movie needs to be the size that it needs to be.
Yeah, I will never complain about a movie being too long. I'll sit down and watch a 4-hour movie. That's never been a...
If that's how it's got to be. If it's not going to make sense, if it's shorter, or if it's going to feel off, then that's the deal. I love it. I love a 90-minute movie. But if that 90-minute movie feels like it didn't accomplish everything, or feels like that it cut important stuff out, then it shouldn't have been 90 minutes.
Yep.
To mention something that you haven't seen, K-Pop Demon Hunters is 90 minutes. And it's perfect.
Yep.
It's
I'm
perfect.
sure it is.
But, yeah, this movie just... And Superman felt like it might have needed another 5 or 10 minutes, but it felt about where it needed to be. This movie felt like we cut some important things out and just...
Yeah, I don't feel it was Superman. My issues with Superman are very specific things.
Yeah.
I think it was the right amount of time. There are certain things that weren't for me. And I said this the other day, not to get off of the Fantastic Four, but Superman's one of those movies that I think I will retroactively like more when the second one comes out. I felt the same way about Dune. I didn't really care for Dune 1 when it came out. Dune 2 came out. It's pays off. And I'm like, okay, so now I like that movie a little bit more. But, yeah, Fantastic Four I was just not happy with. It did... I say this all the time. My cardinal sin for the movie is to be boring. You can be a bad movie, but as long as you have entertaining moment and you're entertaining, I don't judge you as harshly. You're a bad movie, but you're at least entertaining. This was entertaining at points, but I was bored through most of the movie, which is not, for me, the way I rank a movie, it's the cardinal sin. Shouldn't be bored.
Yeah. I like the idea in the opening of Fantastic Four of just giving us a quick breakdown of who they are. They take so long.
Yeah, they told us, I think that annoyed me too, that they said, we don't need to tell you, and then told us.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then it takes I felt like they took up a good chunk of the movie.
And it took so long to do when I just watched Superman do it in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And as much as I get on the text crawl and I think it's a crutch and it sucks, they did it in 45 seconds in a text crawl, and then the rest of their movie was so much better than your movie. It's like, what are we doing, man?
I wonder if that was supposed to be something different. I wonder if that was supposed to be an opening fight against a different...
I wonder if it was supposed to be good. That's what I've been wondering since I saw it.
I wonder what got left on the cutting room floor in this movie.
Well, John Malkovich.
Yeah. Wasn't he supposed to...
Red Ghost.
Isn't that who they mentioned in the beginning?
Yep.
So I wonder if he was supposed to have an actual thing at the beginning where...
Yeah, he's in the trailer. He's in the first trailer.
Instead of that opening montage in the beginning, it's actually supposed to be their full mission against the Red Ghost, and then doing it, and then because that then gives you that opening fight.
Because tell me if you don't open this movie the way they open, what is it? Age of Ultron, where we're in the middle of the going into the Hydra base, and in the middle of a mission, taking down Red Ghost. I'm not gonna rewrite this movie for them. They failed me. I'm done. It's not that hard, and they made it harder than it needed to be.
I'm choosing to look on the bright side. At least this isn't a movie that you hated that I immensely enjoyed. At least I also kind of feel not hyped about it. Because I feel like that's where it really sucks when we're just completely on opposing sides.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
But I agree, this movie isn't as good or as hyped as everyone's saying it is.
I'm so upset. I had my head in my hands, and that with 20 minutes left. I'm like, what? And I just broke down. I'm like, I thought it was supposed to be good.
You're so ready. You told me after we recorded, you're just like, I can't wait because this movie's gonna be better than Superman.
I can't wait for this movie to be better than Superman. I've never wanted to shoot myself in the foot more.
It's like, oh no. Which is funny because I was sitting there while we were watching it, and I was thinking about you saying, I was like, I wonder if he's going to still try to justify this.
Oh, never.
Because in my head, I was like, I enjoyed that. I definitely don't think it was bad. Like, I'm not going to be... Because in my head, I was like, if I thought that they at least came to about the same time, I was going to back you up. I was going to back you up if you need it. If they at least came to about the same, and I was there, I was like, I can't.
It's not even close.
It's not close enough.
I gave 4.5 and 7.5. 3-point difference, and even saying that out loud still seems harsh on Superman. No, it doesn't. Yeah,
it does.
No.
Make it higher.
No, I can't. Superman has too many problems for me.
Yeah, people were trying. The Snyder cult was trying to say these are the problems with the movie. And they're trying to re-edit it to show how it could have been better. And I was watching one of the edits. I was like, wow, this is infinitely worse.
Yeah.
They changed the Mr. Terrific scene and put some generic hard rock over it, and I was like, there's so much less personality in this scene than there is with the original hippie song that they said it was.
The best fight in a Superman movie was a Mr. Terrific fight.
Hey man,
I will stand on my problems with the movie, man.
Shit happens.
Oh.
James Gunn takes a couple minutes to goof around with one of his favorite characters.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna start.
It's fine. I mean, listen, this will tell you. We were supposed to be talking about the Fantastic Four movie. We're talking about the Superman movie. That tells you everything.
Let's talk about a good movie that I just saw.
Okay.
Shin Godzilla. Amazing.
How long is that still in theaters?
Yes, I think to the end of this week.
End of this week?
No. Yeah, I think it had a 2-week release.
Shit, hold up.
It actually made more money than Jurassic World Rebirth on the day it came out last Thursday. I think it made double.
That's actually...
Which isn't saying much, because Jurassic World Rebirth's been in theaters for 3 weeks, but...
No, I think that's actually funny. We'll see. Maybe I'll go see that tomorrow.
It is amazing.
I've heard.
So...
I'm incredibly interested in Shin Godzilla. As I am with all of the Shin monster movies, but that would...
I can't talk anymore about it due to me being so close to being done the project.
I understand.
But there will be an extended period during that segment of whatever I do, however I do it.
I'm so excited for that episode.
I am too, and I cannot wait to talk about that shit. I love that movie.
Okay, well,
I have so much to say. We sat in the parking lot for an hour and talked about that movie.
Okay, Brandywine Town Center is showing it. Maybe.
Hey, come on down to mine. I'll watch it with you.
It's so far.
I know it's far. Hey, I'm just saying, if you wanted a buddy, I was your buddy. Oh, I also went to go see it, and I yelled at a group of Spanish kids. They were being very loud, and I'm not the type to get up. I am.
Not to be that guy.
I am that guy that will be like, hey, please stop. And it's one of my favorite movies of all time, so I'm like, I'm not going to let you ruin this for me. We get about 30 minutes in and they're still being loud. So I go out to go to the bathroom. I go to manager and say, hey, I got a group of Spanish dudes behind me that are just being like incredibly loud. Could you please handle that? Because I'm going to let you know now, you're not going to want me to handle it, is what I say to them. They're like, yeah, sir, we'll be there in a couple of minutes. I'm like, okay. I was like, I don't need them to get kicked out. I just say something to them. Just tell them you're being obnoxious. Quiet down. 30 minutes goes by and nobody comes. I'm like, And when I got back, I sat down next to my buddies. I said, I'm about to ruin their night. And they're like, what do you mean? I went and said something. I'm like, oh, okay. So 30 minutes goes by and nobody comes. And then he leans over to me. He said, I thought you were going to ruin their night. So that's probably the worst thing he could have said to me in this moment, because do not test my gangster in public. I'll embarrass you. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, y'all better stop, because now my leg's bouncing, and we're getting to the Tokyo scene. I'm like, you're not going to ruin my favorite scene in cinematic history. I'm watching this shit in 4K. One of them over there goes, pour me a glass of water. And I heard it. I'm like, I'm like, what? I kind of look over, and the one other kid goes, what? And then, obnoxiously loud, he goes, pour me a glass of water. I said, and that was my breaking point. And I go, yo. And they all look at me. I said, shut the up. And they all look at me. They go, okay. All you heard was crunching popcorn and rustling bags for the rest of the night. They didn't say anything. And I felt so bad because I cussed at a bunch of 17-year-olds.
Sometimes you gotta, man.
Hey, but I got to see my favorite movie in 4K. It was not my favorite movie, but one of my favorite movies of all time in 4K, and it's amazing. I recommend anybody go see it. What do we have now?
I could rant about the Phillies. This team is going to be the end of me. I'm going.
Bro, stop caring about wins right now. You're just wait for the playoffs. You're gonna make the playoffs. It'll be fine. Just.
So here's the funny thing, right?
None of this is ever funny.
Is we kind of suck, but we don't because we're winning. Like, we had a good win streak. We managed to get a lead in the first place in the division, something that we couldn't do. But then we started losing. However, we're still in first place with a 5-game lead. Because the good news is, while we suck, the Mets also fucking suck. They're the same team. They're the same team. We're losing against the Reds, who are currently vying against the Mets for the final wildcard spot. And so, like, losing to the Reds, it sucks. We probably shouldn't, but you can understand it. So I thought, oh, the Mets have the Braves, so they're going to stomp them, because they should be stomping them. No, they lost to them twice. So we stayed that. And then finally, we lost 2 games to the Nationals. Shouldn't be fucking doing. But then they only won one game against the Braves, the final one in the series, I think. So it came up, now we were 6 games apart, now we're 5 games apart. And then we lose against the Nationals, but it's okay because they lose against the Mariners. And then we finally eke out a win against the Nationals, which, by the way, shouldn't be just eking out a win against the Nationals. We should be stomping the Nationals into a fine dust. The score was like 11-9. But they decided they were going to be good now, and they stomped the Mariners into a dust, which the Mariners are not a easy team to do that to. They're not supposed to be. So, like, we're going to be in the playoffs. It's something like 30 wins to clinch a playoff spot, not even the divisional playoff spot. The division is so much more because the Mets are so close. But, like, it's just...
Bro, just chill out.
Thank God we have that fucking lead.
I said, wait till the games matter.
They do, though.
They don't.
They do.
They don't.
They do.
You know they don't.
Yes, because the Mets are so close to us.
You're going to make the playoffs.
But our position in the playoffs...
It would be a historic collapse to not make the playoffs. You're going to be fine. You're going to make the playoffs. Now, if you go on to win everything, is different. But wait for those games that matter towards that.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the true breakdown will be.
I say, if you're good enough, you'll beat whoever's in front of you. Okay. So stop getting expectations if you don't think you're good enough to win anyway.
So see, that's the problem. It's on paper. And with everything going on, with top record at the top of the division and vying kind of for second seed, so one of the first round buys, which I don't want us to get, but that's what we're looking. We might end up getting there anyway. We should be beating seller teams, and we're not. That's the problem.
Sport. That's just how sports work.
And also, our ace pitcher is injured, so who knows if he's even going to be back? Because it's a blood clot. So
then that's fine. Then you can blame it on that and reload for next year.
He won't be back next year. He might be done. He might be a career-ending injury. He might be done.
Then you reload and you come back next year. No. It's this cycle.
The window is closing.
Your window was never open.
We were in the World Series!
Don't get me started. Hey, the Bengals went to the Super Bowl 3 years ago. I don't know if they've made the playoffs since.
No, our window is coming, and when that window shuts, it's going to be shut for a while. Those Harper and Turner contracts are going to plague us for a bit. And I like those guys, but it's going to be a minute till we are able to properly get back. Unless they decide to be top players until they're 40.
It's happening more and more.
Sure.
Every sport, all the top athletes are... It's not just a LeBron thing anymore.
But yeah, we welcomed Aaron Nola back to our lineup.
Didn't you send your boy down? Didn't Johan Rojas get sent down?
So we traded. Here's the Phillies update the past 3 weeks. We made a couple trades.
I heard
and
about these.
In it, we got an outfielder whose name I don't remember. He's okay. He's pretty good, actually. And then we got potentially, I don't know if he is an all-star, but he probably should be, so I'm going to call him that, all-star closer, Mr. Jerron Duran, something like that.
Yeah.
Duran. His last name is Duran. Cool as hell. He's gonna... Yes, that one. He came out for his first one, made his big entrance, and just absolutely did a great job. Phillies Duran. Let's look him up. Johan Duran?
Yeah.
Jhoan. Is that also another Johan spelling?
Can't or it can be John.
Okay. Duran. We had Duran. And who is this outfielder that we got?
Schwiepenweiger.
Harrison Bader. So Harrison Bader is a center fielder. He's a pretty good center fielder. So they sent Rojas down because they still have options to do that with Rojas. I think this is his last one. I don't think they can. Once they bring him up again, I don't think they can send him back down without DFAing him and a bunch of other stuff. So I understand why they did it. I still think it's a bit weak, but weak of an option because I still think they should be DFAing Max Kepler. DFA Max Kepler, move Marsh over to left. And then Bader can stay in outfield center, and Johan Rojas can flip because he does have offensive issues. And then both Aaron Nola and Alec Boehm came back from injury officially. So Cal Stevenson was not even DFA'd because I guess they can't DFA at this point in the season, but they released him from his contract because they had to drop him from the 40-man lineup. And then Otto Kemp was set back down. Same thing, because they could. That's one of the things. That's why I try not to think too hard when we send people down in situations like this, especially if they're good players, because it's either in like the situation with Boehm and Otto Kemp, you can send Otto Kemp down, keep him on your 40-man roster, just drop him from your 26-man, and then bring him back up later when you need him, or maybe when you have a more permanent position for him. Say you trade away Boehm, or say Harper retires early or something, like he's there, or one of them gets injured, you always bring him back up, versus deleting someone from your roster permanently. Because if you DFA, if you can't send Sosa down, you can't send Stott down, you can't send Turner down, you have to DFA them or release them, and that's harder to do. And then people say, it's like, oh, and yet Romano is safe. Romano's not a good pitcher, but you're not going to DFA a pitcher for a third baseman. You're not going to do that. So I understand the decisions that Thompson has made. I don't fully agree with them, but I understand them. And to at least give him credit, Harrison Bader, the person who pretty much they sent Johan Rojas down for, has been good. So I can sit with that knowledge that at least the person they replaced him with is good, and it's not Marsh every game. Because Marsh in left field needs to stop. Put Marsh in left. He can do a good job in left, where he doesn't have to run as far. And get Kepler off my team. I've seen him hit a home run. Don't mean anything. And then people are saying that Weston Wilson is still on the team. Lay off my man, Weston Wilson.
We love Weston
All
Wilson.
Right. He's not a great player.
He hit the cycle.
He hit the cycle. That's the Phillies rant right now.
Right.
We are getting closer and closer. You're right. They are most likely... They would have to have an astronomical crash out to miss the postseason at this point. They're still a division leader. I want that third seed. That's where I want to be. I don't want the break. Because the break, we've proven that we don't play good after the break. After any break. So, let's go for third seed. I would like the division, is the only reason why I don't want to take a wild card spot, but I'll accept a wild card spot. If the season ended today, I think we would get the Mets in the wild card round, which would be a game that I would have to try to go to. Phillies and Mets postseason in Philly. And hopefully we can do it this year, because I think we only have 1 or 2 years left to do it before it's too much.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever had a chance.
I think we had a couple of them.
We'll see.
But our time is up as a...
How many games did you win in the World Series last time you were there?
At least 2, maybe 3. I think 2. Because I don't think we went to 7. I think we went to 6. Because I know we won 1 in Houston, and then we won at least 1 in Philly. One of the most... This is the legacy of the Phillies right now. We had one of the most dominant home game... One of the most dominant home games, I guess, would be the words for it, the definition for it. Displays one of the most dominant... One of the most dominant home game offensive displays in World Series histories.
And you still lost.
And then suffered a no-hitter the next night. It was like a home run derby the first night in Philly. Just boom, 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 boom. And then the next night we didn't get on base. That's the Phillies' legacy right now. Is we have insane displays of offensive prowess, and then no one knows how to hit a fucking baseball the next night.
It happens, man, to the Phillies, because they're just not good. But
yeah, that was the 2022 World Series.
We'll pray. I'll put you in my thoughts. When my Mets walk into town and beat your ass.
Fuck off.